All right, good morning. Welcome, good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Is it raining all over the place or just in my area? Because it's been raining for hours today. But that gave me some time to do some research, and I'm going to share those numbers with you right now. And then we're going to do a little replay, and I'm going to ask you guys to take some action. So here's what I found out. We have 178 agents who produced a sale or a listing in April. And our top agent made $55,000. That's a lot of money for a month. But we have 295 agents who had no income at all, not potential income, sales, and not closings, so no money in the bank account. That's a lot of things. And I want to assume, and I don't expect you to produce every single month because that's not some of your goals. But if you have a goal, good morning, Pamela. If you have a goal, we're going to take action. And Chris Reed did a really, really, really good job last Wednesday. So I'm going to replace some of those things. And I'm going to ask you to commit to 5 things that you'll do. And I'm going to give you a whole bunch of options, right? But if you're on the list and you know who you are, you didn't have a sale, you didn't have a closing, you probably, it's not a good business model because it costs money to be in the business, right? Board dues, expenses. And if you're not making any money, your business is losing money. So let's just jump right in. Attendee box. 30K in 30 days. Is it doable? Yes. We've got probably 50 agents that made over $30,000 in April. That's pretty damn good for 178 producing. Okay. So possible, yes. Likely, no. Can be beat. Be one sale, $1 million. So I don't expect you to do all these things, but if you do have some goals to put income into your bank account, you're gonna have to try something different because it didn't work for 295 that we got last month. So let's look at 10 conversations, phone calls, or face to face. And Chris Reed sent this out to the whole team, I think. So you probably have this on your computer. So just get a piece of paper. And if that's one thing that you would commit to doing, 10 conversations a day, phone calls or face to face about real estate, then write that down. 10 text, pipeline text, or leads. Lead follow up is critical, guys. I just got a lead from our Zillow team. We're 275% above goal, which is really, really, really high production. Send one CMA to a past client or potential client every day. I'll get that my Zillow one in a minute. 2 new contacts added to Moxie a day. Mail a personalized card, past client thank you card to a lead or an appointment. I think I mentioned on the Friday. One of my daughter's friends got married and I went to the wedding. And I got a very, very, very nice handwritten thank you note. And it really made me feel good. I mean, she sincerely said thank you. It really made a difference that you came to my wedding. And it felt really nice. And I think we've all gotten away from that. So maybe mail a personalized card, past client thank you card to a lead or an appointment and say thank you. Comment on 10 social posts, reply to 10 stories or Facebook or Instagram. Now remember, you don't do all these. Just pick something, 5 things that you'll do. Post 1 video every other day or send 2 video texts to your sphere. I'll give you topics on that to send in a minute. And then as a bonus, you guys are really doing well with open houses. So hold an open house, mail a farming letter, or just listen to Just Sold campaign. That's going to cost a little bit of money. Everything else is free. So post a workshop. You could do that on social media. You can go live. Attend a networking event. There's lots of those to go to. Door knock a listing 5, 5, and 10. I used to love doing that. Find a listing and then go talk to the neighbors about it. 100 contacts equals 2 appointments. So that's where the ratios come in. So if you talk to 10 people a day, 5 days a week, that'd be 50. So that would take 2 weeks to get to 100, but you should have 2 appointments. And then we'll figure on you right now low at a 50% closing ratio. Most of you are higher than that. But that would end up with 4 deals a month. And that would make you $30,000. With the cancellation rate figured in, you might lose one of the 4. Maybe not, because our cancellation rate is really down quite a bit this year from last year. And that's how you can do it. So very simple. So maybe a show of hands or something. Somebody put a thumbs up or something. If you found one of these things, you say, yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to commit to do that for the rest of this month. All right. Cool. All right. Now let's get into the other things. What is your favorite touch point? 30 days, 30 touches. I like this one. Zillow says your home is worth X. I've got my own thoughts, but I'm curious. How do you feel about that? I would answer that. I think Zillow is way low on my house right now. Holy cow. I feel like you hit the lottery. I just found out you got a $90,000 increase in your purchase power. Wow. These are text messages that you could send out, right? Did you know Tampa's one of the top 4 cities in the entire country for buyers to be shopping for homes? Listing walkthrough videos for high interest homes. We've got some high interest homes. What do you wait for? All the signs are there. Now it's time to buy. Don't wait, or it'll be costly. Unemployment is down. Inflation's holding steady. Inventory is up, giving you more choice and more power. Interest rates are down, creating more purchasing power. Now is the best time to sell. April is your best month to list up until the second week of May. Home prices rose 3.9% year over year. That's a good one to send out. Top ways to increase profit from your home sale: staging, curbing appeal, pricing it right, make key upgrades, timing it right. And mortgage rates are continuing to ease. And just a 0.5% drop can save you $120 a month. All right, so get your paper and pen. If you chose to do text messages to 10 people a day, which one of these would you like to use? Guys, this is free, doesn't cost a thing, and it will get you engagement, which is all you really want. So take a minute, write down if you like any of these things, write them down. The beach makers selling like crazy. Jeff is banging those things out. You want a beach house for $193,000? It could pay for itself. What does that work? That's a down payment. Do some of your spheres have $193,000 in the bank? Yeah. Oh, I like this one. The market's on fire. Use our hot sheet to tell a story about listings and sales. You know, we have a hot sheet with 20 sales on it in a day. Screenshot that and send it out. Buy a home with little to no money out of pocket. Down payment assistance is here. And we have it in every market. I just drove by that new insert development commercial space. I didn't realize how big and far along it was. I was curious. How do you feel about that? Man, we were getting a lot of stuff down at Hall Beach now. We're getting a Walmart, we're getting a Chipotle, we're getting all kinds of stuff that we could be talking about to the marketplace. Did you know the highest value sale in your city just went under a contract or got listed? Come take a look at me. I went to Tide Homes as a model in, what's the place that flooded over in St. Pete? Something Shores. They bought a tear down house and built a new one on it for $7.9 million. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. But it's $7.9 million. But that's just impressive for some people to see that. I think they have one for 13 million in Anna Maria. Take any article and upload it to AI. Then ask AI to summarize the article and create a 30 to 60 second video script for you and ask it for you to create a video background. That's so much fun to do. I've been playing with that a lot. In 2024, Florida grew by 2%, more than any other state in the country. That's more than 400,000 people moving to our state. And then, of course, Mike sends out the daily Next Level U post. And that's good content, guys. It's just designed to get engagement. So once again, if any of these things resonate with you, write it down, because we're at 5. And none of this is hard. Check my chats real quick. Yeah, I do that. Good job, Kathleen. First transaction. Perfect. All right, next one. Did y'all write something down? Any of these say, oh, I can do that. I would if it was too goofy playing that game. Now, what else could you do? Equity review offers. Some people don't pay attention to what their house is worth because it's not what they think about day to day. So offer an equity review. Curiosity hook. Zillow says your home's worth X, but they're often way off. Want me to show you the real number of buyers in your area that are actually real number of buyers are actually paying? Time in the market. Inventory is still low and buyers are active, especially in your area. If you've been thinking about selling this year, now could mean a much higher, much higher return. I want to explore what that looks like. Who do you know? Ask for referrals. Quick question. You know anyone looking to buy or sell in Florida this summer? I've got a few buyers still searching, would love to help someone in your network. That's called asking for referrals. And that should be automatic with everybody you deal with. Okay. Next one. Ooh, man, if you are in an area with new home construction, we had a builder in the office last week. They're buying the rates down to 3.99%. And they brought out this whole comparison sheet and showed the price of the house at 7.2%, 6.55 to 3.99. It was like $2,500 savings. Right. And when I talked to the sales rep later, the builder bought the rate down with their mortgage company. And it was $50,000 to buy the rate down to 3.99%. And that can mean up to $150,000 more in buying power. Want me to send you a list of communities offering this? All right. Ooh, I love that one. Did you know Tampa is ranked 4th market for buyers right now? It's a solid time to lock something in before the summer rush. Want to chat options? Rent versus buy check-in. Oh man, there's so many apartments going up in the marketplace right now. And we really need health benefits of home ownership. Hey, just curious, are you still renting? With rates softening and programs available, it might cost less to own right now than you think. Want to do a quick comparison? And in many cases, it is less because you get the mortgage interest tax deduction and you fix your taxes. When it's a rental property, the taxes are not fixed, they go up, and so will your rent. Some great listings just had price reductions this week. Sellers are getting motivated. Want me to send you the top deals before they're gone? I saw a tear down house here on the water on a 100-foot lot. Great location. $325,000. And it's a tear down, but it's sold in a day. So that means the lot's worth $325,000. And then you can send 30 grand knocked on the house. So it's $355,000. Let's do a game plan. I know you've been on the fence. What if we just hopped on a quick call to create a game plan? Even if you're 6 to 12 months out, it helps to be prepared and know your numbers. And that includes working with a loan officer and knowing what the programs are out there. Okay. Take out your pen and paper. Any of these you're willing to try? This is called work. I'm super happy to have 128 people produce, but I'm already not happy about 295 people with no income, even slated for the month. We got to work on that. And this is how you do it. You have to do things like this. This one. Just listed. Hey, I got a new listing that isn't on Zillow yet. Want an early peak? But gotta be careful about that. Because it looks like we still have clear cooperation policy. They're talking about getting rid of it, but right now it's still there. And if you don't put it on the MLS within a day, then Zillow's now never going to put it on their platform. And neither will Redfin. They both came out public statements about that. Just sold in your area. A home just sold around the corner from you for X. Curious what that means for your home? I would be. Rates just dipped again this week. Even a small change can boost your budget. Want to rerun your numbers? Perfect. That's a great one for your lead follow-up. I'm hosting an open house in the neighborhood this weekend. Want to swing by and check it out? That's a good one. It can't hurt. Outgrowing your current space, it might cost less than you think to trade up right now. Want to see what's possible? It's a good opportunity for move up markets right now. Okay, back to this one. If any of these became your favorite, write it down and commit to do some of it. I mean, if you did this a couple times a day, it's not going to take you much time. And it will get you focused on real estate. And when you get focused on real estate, what happens? Things. The more you talk about, the more it's done. Summer could be the best time to buy and beat the holiday rush. Want to start window shopping homes together? Man, that's what Zoom is for, guys. Local market report author. I just finished the local market report for this area. Would you like a copy? Shows what's happening with prices and trends. That means you got to do the work. But I bet a lot of people would react to that text or that email. Not sure where to start buying? I'll offer a free, no pressure buyer consultation to help you walk through, and then send them your Moxie presentation. There are new incentives for first-time buyers in Florida. Could be thousands in savings. Want to see if you qualify? And once again, you need to have a good. And then, how about this one? Thinking about investing in a rental or Airbnb? A lot of people are looking to do that. I've got a couple of properties that could cash flow. Want to learn more? If you don't ask these questions, you're never going to get the answer. So once again, take out your paper, find one of these things that are attractive to you. You get the point here? There's a lot of things to talk about. Know what you want and know why you want it. That's your primary aim. Have a goal to make $30,000 in 30 days. And what are you going to do with that $30,000? Right? If you're only going to make it once a quarter, that's $10,000 a month. And then you got to take massive action. So all these things we just talked about would be considered massive action if you did them consistently for 30 days. Know what you're getting, pivot and adjust. Right? So if you try something that doesn't work, try it again or change your strategy. And then for your sellers, a lot of agents are frustrated right now because listings are costing a lot of money and they're not selling as fast as they were. So we're spending more money on them now. So it's really important if you have current listings, and a lot of you do, sending a weekly seller report. Critical. When was the last time you went to your listings? Check them out. Price your home competitively. Improve your curb appeal. It's one of my favorite things. Really clean in and out. Plans are often less expensive than price reductions. See this month's newsletter for tips. Stage your home, virtual or real. I think I'm hearing like virtual staging is coming up for like $35 a photo. Pretty cool. It makes a big difference. Use high quality photos, so more cell phones can't do that. Use Zillow Showcase. It's a big, big benefit. The showcase listings are getting so many more showings than a regular listing. I'll just have some examples for you tomorrow. Write a compelling listing description or rewrite it. Using ChatGPT makes it fun. Promote your listing online, and if you don't have listings, use someone else's. That is the coolest thing we have with Moxie, guys. If you're a new agent and you don't have any listings, you do. You have the brokerage listings, and you can promote them under your name. Hosting open houses takes not much time and almost no money. You've got to be responsive to inquiries, though. You got to answer the phone as soon as possible to book your showings, communicate your compensation agreements, all things we have to do. Then negotiate effectively. Never let the offer die in your court. We were doing that a lot. Oh, it's a low ball. Seller's not going to counter. Bullshit. Counter. Counter at full price, but at least counter back and forth. And then offer incentives. If your house is not moving, you're competing with new homes, you're very much at a disadvantage right now. So offer incentives to buy downs, prepay your HOA. You can incentivize buyers who are not even looking. And then we always like to say, get a home inspection before you put your listing on the market so you can make it attractive and market it as a sound house for a consumer. So that's what I have for you today. So pick at least 5 of these things that we talked about and make a commitment to start doing them every day. It's not going to take you a lot of time, but you'll be so much more cognizant of real estate. And when you're cognizant of real estate, more things come your way. It's a law of the universe. So this will help you get there. So I'm going to cover real quick again. So we had all these things here you can do. 10 conversations or phone calls face to face. I'm not going to read them all again. Then there's little conversations that can be really good. Send news that unemployment's down, inflation's a little steady, because if they're not hearing stuff, they're not hearing the good stuff. Because what's the news reporting? The negative stuff. Right? Then we hit this one. Market's on fire. Use our hot sheet to tell the story. When we get a good hot sheet with 15 or 20 sales on it, send it out. Promote our listings, our projects, especially. You should have them all on your Moxie website. Offer equity reviews. Play the Zillow game. Send a screenshot of the estimate. School's almost out. If you're considering upsizing or relocating for the next school year, it starts. Now is the window to make your move. And that's true. But at least start looking. And then ask the referral questions. And that we talked about just news, right? Did you know Tampa strike number 4? Hey, rent versus buy. Hey, let's do a game plan. Hey, low rate new construction alert. And promote some of these things. You guys get emails from the builders all the time. You can screenshot those and send them out on your social media or anywhere else. Don't always are basic just listen to phone calls. Open house invites. Not just putting a sign in the yard, it's actually talking to people and inviting them out. And then just other market tips about what you can do. We talk about sellers, what do you get to buyers? So let's not reach out to anyone that showed any interest. Use your Moxie buyer presentation, please, and get your compensation agreements signed. Your featured property of the week, great thing to do for a buyer. Open houses, no written agreement needed. It's a Century 21 listing. Market updates, what is happening with your interest rates. Connect them with your lender. Get them ready to go, buttoned up. Because guys, it sucks to go through that process. I just had to do a whole bunch of shit to get my insurance renewed, and it was a pain in the butt. And I couldn't get it done fast enough. So I just had to wait, and I couldn't find it. Had to call and get help, and it was a mess. And the loan process is even worse. Highlight the cost of waiting, create a sense of urgency, use MLS or brokerage stats. There's lots of brokerage reports in the MLS. Be responsive to inquiries. Number one, text, voicemail, and email, all three, because some people reply differently to different things. Negotiate effectively, we talked about earlier, and then use your stories to build trust, right? And I think I've told you before when I've read some of his notes, but Kevin Friel does an excellent job of that. He uses a story about how he met this customer and they had a problem and they worked together and they resolved the problem, and then the house had problems with it and they had to get that all fixed, and just built the whole story of all the work that he did. And there's no question that the customers see value in what he's doing. And Kevin is one of the top agents in the company. So I think that is all I've got for you today. This should be in your email. Chris did send it out. So do me a favor, pick 5 or 10 things and start doing them daily. Just a little bit. Don't do it all day long or anything. Just do it. And let's get our production up from 178 producing agents to, let's go to 250. We'll set a goal. We'll talk about the sales meeting tomorrow. And we'll talk about the management meeting today. So that's all I got for you today. So happy Monday.